I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I 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 need it!
What is up, guys? This is your boy Superior Simmer. Today I have some more information regarding The Sims 4. If you guys like news, updates, and discussions, please hit the sub button. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. I also do have an affiliate link with Instagame to bring you guys cheaper Sims packs. If you guys click the link in the description and type in Sims, you'll see a bunch of deals for The Sims 3. It's $3 and all the DLCs under $10 as well. Again, guys, click the right side of the screen or the link in the description. Without further ado, let's get into the content. Okay, quickly, I just want to apologize for the lack of videos. My CPU cooler was completely done and I had to get a new one, so that took me a few days to fix. So yeah, I apologize for the late upload. Now we finally got the official announcement for the Corruption Awaits expansion pack. I want to do a live reaction to the trailer, but again, my PC needed to be fixed. There is actually a gameplay trailer coming out September 10th and I will be live for that. But yeah, there's been a bunch of information with this new EP. Now I've decided I'm going to be doing two separate videos on this expansion pack. The other video is going to be more of like the community response to all this, because it's safe to say that this pack has created a rift in the Sims community. Not to say there wasn't one there already. Now keep in mind, guys, this video is strictly talking about the pack itself. I will make a separate video talking about the controversies with this pack, but I would love to know for the people who are buying this, don't buy it. Are you guys excited for this? Is this something that you've been waiting for? Is this not really your vibe? You think this is like recycled content? This should have been like a pack refresh. Now, based off some of the reactions I've seen, there's been like a mix. I've seen a lot of people switching up now that they saw the trailer and they're like, wait, hold on a minute. Let me get my wallet out. You know, it's a damn shame because I thought all of us were boycotting, but I knew some people were going to fold like laundry day when they saw the trailer, bro. I knew it, but there are still a lot of people, shout out to these legendary simmers, who are still saying, hey, my game is broken, when are we gonna get a fix? I've seen other people say, hey, this should have been a refresh. Again, a long time ago, SimGuru Morgan, I think, was the one that like clarified saying, hey, like pack refreshes are dead. And I made a whole video talking about this like a year ago, I think, saying that like they're going to be selling us pack refreshes, and that's exactly what they've been doing. Now, of course, I did watch the trailer and I was actually very surprised how much content we're getting in this expansion pack. Now, first off, all the activities and the getaways are going to be taking place at Gibby Point, and this world is very heavily giving the vibes of Granite Falls 2.0. So yeah, if you were expecting something different, you're not going to get that with this pack, unfortunately. Now, there also has been some additional information. Shout out to Lunar Brittany on Twitter. There's 4 additional screenshots here, and it looks like you can have these getaways at any location, because this clearly is not Gibby's Point. I think this might be Oasis Springs. So it's unofficially confirmed that we can have getaways in any world, not just Gibby Point, which is a really good thing, because that would be really weird if they just locked it to that world specifically. There's another screenshot of the imaginary friend inside the pool. Keep in mind, in The Sims 3, only your sim can see their imaginary friend, so most likely that will be like a feature in this pack. And we also do see the sim child in a kayak. I originally thought only adults could do this, but kids can as well. Not really a fan of this, if I'm being honest. This is kind of similar to like what we have Island Living. And then besides the diving board, we also have like water slides now in this pack, and we do see the sim here like posing mid-air. So again, you can do like different types of tricks and stuff, and again, this is obviously tied to the diving skill. And lastly, we see a bunch of sims talking, going on walks, and a child sim catching butterflies. So again, a lot of nostalgic vibes with this. This pack is kind of giving like Sims 2 free time vibes personally. Now, they do talk more about the inhabitants. I think I'm saying that wrong, but they mentioned like jellyfish, glowworms, and plum birds. We kind of saw some of that in the trailer. And it's also the world's largest geyser. There's a cave of crystals and then also a new bay. And lastly, they mentioned these unusual creatures and natural wonders. Speaking of creatures, a lot of people in the community were speculating that we were going to get imaginary friends. Again, if you're not aware, imaginary friends were like this creepy doll your Sims would get when they were born. And basically, if you have a close relationship with the imaginary friend as you grow up, your Sim is able to turn them into a real person. Now, from what I remember with The Sims 3, I don't know what life stage it has to be at, but you can actually turn the imaginary friend into like a real life Sim, but they also have the power to turn back into their imaginary form. So it's kind of similar to like the aliens in Sims 4, or like the dark forms of like the vampires. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna have that same ability in The Sims 4. Now, what's really different with this, which I didn't think we had in The Sims 3, was that there's 4 personality types for your imaginary friend doll. There's goofball, competitive, creative, and then evil. And I actually think it's really cool that the imaginary friend can have an evil personality. One of the biggest things with the imaginary friends is that they do look kind of creepy, and not a lot of people are like a fan of like how they look visually. So them playing into the whole like your imaginary friend can be like this creepy doll that's evil is really cool to me. Now, specifically talking about the getaways and the custom venues. So they mentioned that the getaways can last more than a day and can be anything from restful to challenging. So of course you can go to these getaways venues to relax and meet other Sims, or you can apply rules to these getaways. So yeah, again, super late to this, but a bunch of people have been talking about this online, you can basically turn your getaway into different types of competitions. I've been seeing a bunch of people online saying that you can basically make a Love Island type of TV show competition. I haven't watched that show specifically, but I've watched shows similar to that, like Are You the One? And not only that, if you watch the trailer back, there's a challenge modifier. And from what I saw, there was player choice elimination. So you as the player can choose who you want to eliminate from this getaway. There was a creative skills contest elimination. There's an activity shuffle. Again, don't know what that means. There's a everyone hates each other modifier. And then there was a romantic competition elimination. So again, this was something that definitely blindsided a lot of people, including myself, because this whole pack is giving off like growing together / outdoor retreat / like island living type of vibes. This was something that they did talk about in a survey like way back when, but again, this does open up more doors for like different types of gameplay. I've always wanted cooking competitions in The Sims 4, and I was really shocked we didn't get that with like growing together or like businesses and hobbies. But again, this is a recurring theme with this pack. There's a bunch of just like random features thrown into this expansion pack that like would have been better in other packs, because I'm gonna be honest, like a romantic competition easily could have been in Love Struck. So this is a very common theme where you'll see a bunch of just random features thrown in here. Even the imaginary friends, that easily could have been in growing together. So it's really weird. But they also did mention that you can make custom venues as well, and you can decide what activities are available there, and all this can be scheduled with the getaway planners. Now they did also mention that there is 3 thrilling new neighborhoods as well. So we have the Wonderwood Wilds. They said it's a leafy haven laced with forest trails, erupting geysers, and a whisper of mystery. Then we have the Crystal Valley. They said this is where the sparkling rock formations ignite the imagination, and Jellyfish Junction is a waterfront wonderland with a glistening lagoon and locals who adore their jellyfish. So yeah, this pack to me is giving heavy vibes of island living, a lot of growing together, and then again outdoor retreat 2.0. Now they also mentioned a boardwalk festival. They said a plural though, so that means there's more than one festival coming with this pack, and there's also a new gaming console with new games. Now in the trailer, if you watch, the Sims in the cabin were playing like this Pokemon Void Critter type of game, which I thought was really funny. But again, it's cool to see that we're getting new video games, because I think it's been like a damn near decade. We also do see like the new console. It looks nice. Me personally, I've never been like a fan of the quests that they've added in The Sims 4, so this doesn't really like excite me at all. But for those who like it, it is there. Now this pack heavily focuses on the kids' life stage. They mentioned that child Sims can shape their personality and skills through formative moments with new traits and evolving childhood sentiment. Now personally, I actually do like the sentiments. That was the free update that we got, and again, it highlights really important events that happens in your Sims lives. So if they like have their first kiss, they get asked to prom, they quit their job, they gain a new job. You know, if they have a really bad breakup, they get divorced, someone gets caught cheating. The sentiments to me is like a light version of what we got with Sims 2, and I would love to see just more of that like in The Sims 4, because I feel like there's no like repercussions when like bad things happens to our Sims. Now they also mentioned that there's new activities as well for kids. So there's paper crafts. So like in the trailer, we saw the Sim throwing the paper airplane. There's archery, diving in the entomology skill. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I think this is like where you collect like different types of insects and stuff. So I don't know why, but this pack is like very nostalgic. This is kind of giving the vibes of like Sims 2 free time. And it's funny too, because I've seen a bunch of people say that this is where the hobbies went. Like this, all this stuff I personally feel like should have been with businesses and hobbies. Like it's literally in the name. Now another big feature is the fact that there's modular playgrounds as well. So we saw this in the trailer. You can customize your own type of playground, and there's a bunch of different activities. Even adults can kind of like go on it as well. I don't know what they can really do, but I've seen like the adults interacting with that object. Again, we're still boycotting, but when I saw that in the trailer, I was like, okay, this is really cool. I don't know why it took them so long to add something like this into the game, but this was desperately needed for like our child Sims. So they also mentioned some classic games. So they have hide and seek, and then rock paper scissors. Not gonna lie, when I saw the child Sim doing hide and seek, I was like, this is a game changer. I don't know if we even had hide and seek in the previous games. We probably did. Again, I don't play the child life stage that much, but when I saw that, my eyebrows just like fell off. Like I have no eyebrows right now, because that's how shocked I was when I saw the child Sim playing hide and seek. He like hid inside this box, and the other Sim was like trying to find him. We don't know how in depth it's going to be, but again, from the gameplay trailer, it looks really cool. And then we have rock paper scissors, nothing crazy, but again, like the little things matter. And I would love to know, do kids these days even go outside? Or is everyone just like watching like Netflix and going on TikTok and playing Fortnite? Like, do kids even do these? I'm assuming they do, but like I feel like every kid now has like a tablet. Now they also mentioned that there's a new kid focused aspiration. I don't know how in-depth this aspiration is going to be, but it sounds very relatable. Like I feel like everyone's been there, where like you go to a new place and there's a bunch of other kids there, and you're the new kid. You don't have any friends, you know, you're kind of like on the outside. So hopefully it's kind of detailed like that. I think that would be really cool for storytelling. Now for adult Sims, they also mentioned the new activities. So like kayaking, water sliding, and then working out at the fitness center. I don't care what you say, that is not a new activity. That is some BS. Again, I've said this before and I'll say it again. No one should have to pay $40 for dumbbells. I don't understand that, man, and I never will. Like, that's not new to me at all. Now, they mentioned there's also a new career. So there's a park worker career that offers 2 paths, the camp counselor and then the park ranger. Now, this to me sounds really cool. And one of the new gameplay objects as well is the blender. I don't know how many people are excited for a blender. I've always wanted to have like smoothies in the game. Literally the other day I was thinking, why don't we have like, you know, smoothies in the Sims 4? Again, I'm not like excited for this or like justifying the price, but yeah, it's nice to know that we finally have like blenders in the game. And then we also have another new object, which is the spin bikes. I've heard so many different words for this. I've seen people say stationary bikes, exercise bikes. They're calling it spin bikes. But yeah, they mentioned that with the getaway planner, you can mix and match different types of activities. So this is something that we already mentioned before. And there is also a new competitive trait. So this will determine how gracious or salty your Sims are during the outcome of a competition. And going back to the whole competition thing, I think is really cool that there's like different ways you can do types of competitions. Because people are like talking about like Love Island and all this other stuff. Like, bro, what about like Total Drama Island, okay? Or the fact that we can just do cooking competitions, which again, don't know why we don't have that in the other packs, but like I said, there's so many possibilities with this whole competition feature. This does sound really advanced though, so I'm kind of like on the fence, like, is this something that's going to be very advanced or just kind of more like a throwaway thing? Because I know some people would love to just have a full-on competition like game pack or something. So throwing it in this expansion pack that focuses on so many different things that have nothing to do with competitions is a little bit like risky. So yeah, I'm really excited to see the gameplay trailer because I have a lot of questions. And of course, guys, there is a pre-order bonus. So there's a toasty tower lamp, a toasty tea kettle, and then a snuggly toasty tootsies. Oh man, I can't do it. Oh my god, I can't do it. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I can't. Sorry. Snuggly toasty tootsie socks. I can't, bro. This game. So yeah, this is the pre-order bonus. I don't know who's hyped about a pre-order bonus, and one of them is like some ugly ass socks, but again, if you want that, you can have that. And lastly, they mentioned that they teamed up with different creators. They have JJ Bank, Danelle Builds, Griffey, Kawaii Sims Kate, and Axie Sims. Shout out to Griffey. I watch some of her content. She makes really good builds. I'm sure all these other creators make good builds, but Griffey is the only person I've watched. So yeah, shout out to these guys. Congrats to them for being able to build in the game, because we all know the Sims team has a skill issue when it comes to building. So yeah, I would love to hear what you guys think about this pack. Again, now in another universe, a parallel universe, Superior Simmer would have been very excited for this. For maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, I would have been very excited for this. This pack to me feels very nostalgic, but at the same time, certain features being locked behind a $40 paywall is disgusting to me. I think some of these features should have been with other packs. And I know some people are going to disagree, but again, guys, we're paying $40 for these expansion packs. That's a lot of money. Like, these packs start to add up. So for me, it's kind of hard not to be upset that they're locking so many things behind a paywall. It's just a bunch of random shit in here that just like, why wasn't this in the other packs? You know, we all knew from the leaks that this pack was going to have like a rawr, like, you know, it was going to have some spice. I don't know why I just did that. I might cut that out. That was really, that was out of character for me. So we knew going into this that I was gonna have some spice. We knew that. It's decent. It looks good. It looks decent. I think I need to see more information before I like really have my opinions. And of course, when I play the pack, like one of the things I saw too in the trailer was like the diving board. That should be in base game. That should have been in seasons, in my opinion. I don't think we should have to ever pay for something like that. This makes no sense. There's a whole now like diving skill. So like, it's like, okay, interesting. And then there's like an in-ground jacuzzi as well. Not really excited for that because it's still going to be the same like hot tub gameplay. It's just now it's in the ground. Like, oh my god. Maybe for builders, they're more excited for that. But as a person who focuses on gameplay, it's not new to me at all. And again, guys, this pack is coming out October 2nd. So it's not that far away. And guys, please comment down below your thoughts and opinions on this whole thing, because I want to use your guys' comments in the next video. But yeah, overall, this pack does look very interesting. There's a lot of content for a Sims 4 pack. I think the outfits look horrendous. Nothing new to me. Some of the hairstyles, I think there was like 3 that I saw in the trailer. I thought those hairs were really nice. All the other hairs I think are like pretty bad. But yeah, guys, with that being said, this is all the information for today. If you guys have made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you. Also, shout out to my channel supporters. Shout out to Shari King. I really appreciate everything you do for me. Hope you guys have a good day and take care.